With a little under 2 weeks to go before the Serie A season kicks off, I would like to take a look at the upcoming Serie A season and make some predictions as to how I see things shaking up. All right, so here we go. Start with number 20. Here is my Serie A season predictions. The first team to get relegated from this season will be Hellas Verona. All right, Hellas Verona has brought in Kellon, Duda, and Brauf, but has let go a significant amount of their talent. They have a lot of money to play with, but I will really think they need to put some money into the transfer market, get some people in here, because I see them as being in trouble, and I have them finishing in last place this season. With 19th place, I have newly promoted Frosinone Calcio. All right, so they have brought in people. They have made an effort here. They did lose Bologna for 10 million euros. So they have a little bit of money to play with from this transfer season, but I don't know if they have what it takes. They don't have a lot of Serie A experience in recent years. Therefore, I see them finishing in 19th place and going straight back down to Serie B. The final team I see getting relegated this season is Lecce. All right, they have spent some money. They have brought in a large amount, a lot of people, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I see them dropping down into those relegation places. They did finish above the relegation zone last year in 16th, but I don't think they have enough money to get some new players in there that they haven't already signed, and I see them dropping down into Serie B after this season. The first team I see being able to stay alive and stay in Serie A this season and get in 17th place is Cagliari. I know that they were promoted via the playoffs last year, getting 5th in Serie B. They have signed a number of players, but they have also lost a number of players. They do have some money to play with. They are a much larger club than Frosinone Calcio that we had just talked about. And they have Serie A experience. So I think they can make it all come together a little bit, stay up in Serie A for at least another season after this. Finishing right above them in 16th place, I have Sassuolo. Sassuolo has lost a lot of production from Locatelli and Raspadori and Traore, but they have brought in Pinamonti and Bologna and Volpato. So I think there's going to be a little bit of a drop-off. I don't think they'll get relegated, but going from 13th down to 16th, it's not that big of a drop-off, but that's what I have envisioned for Sassuolo this upcoming season, but I guess we'll find out. In 15th place, I have another drop-off. I have Empoli dropping down from 14th. They did lose Vicario and Aslani and Parisi, bringing in Laperto and Gaiassi. They have 44.3 million euros to play with here, so they can still make a little bit of moves in the transfer market before this is over. But I see a little bit of a drop-off, dropping from 14th down to 15th this year. And finishing in 14th place, I have our last newly promoted team in Genoa, a team that I was pretty surprised were not already in Serie A. I guess they have been relegated. It may have been financial. I'm unsure. Right? If you know, please head down in the comments and let me know so I can get a little bit educated. But they have brought in a number of people. They have a lot of Serie A experience. I see them finishing in 14th, roughly mid-table, surviving for another year. And finishing in 13th place, I have a slight drop off from last year. We got 12th. Udinese has brought in Brenner, Kamara, and Luca. They let Bakao and Benkovic leave. They're in almost a €4 million hole, but it's a decent sized club. I think they could pull some money out of somewhere else or sell some other players if they thought that they needed. I just envision a mid-table finish for Udinese this season in Serie A. In 12th place this year, I see a little bit of a jump for Salernitana. I see them going from 15th up to 12th, leapfrogging Udinese in Empoli. They have signed Dia, Pirlo, and Candreva. Have not lost anybody, so I can only see them building on how they finished last year, trying to strengthen that position as a mid-table club in Serie A, and hopefully building a little bit towards the future so they can get into that top half eventually. Here we have Torino dropping down one place, finishing in 11th. They have brought in Illich, Bellanova, Tamize, right? They have lost Izzo and Warming. They're in a €24 million hole. It's a decent sized club. 10th and 11th, there's not a lot of a difference between that in the grand scheme of things when looking at the table. So I think it's a little bit of a drop off just based off the other teams that they're going to be playing against, which I'll explain in a minute. Here we have another drop-off. They finished 8th last year. I have Fiorentina dropping down to 10th. They have lost more from Igor and Mele than they have brought in Parisi and Infantino. I see a little bit of a drop-off, but they have more money that they've brought in this transfer season that they could put back into the team. Maybe even if they had to wait until January to get a little bit higher. I don't see them quite reaching those European places, so that's why I have them finishing in 10th. I have another good year here from Monza. I see them going up from 11th to finishing in 9th. They have brought in a ton of players. They've spent €41 million in this transfer market. I would hope in my mind that they would improve from last year when they finished, mid-table. So I'm getting, into that top 10 single-digit range here. That's why I have them finishing in 9th. Again, not quite reaching European football, but 9th place is respectable. Finishing in 8th, I have another leap. I have Bologna. Now, my number there is incorrect. They finished 9th, not 11th. They finished 9th last season. They have spent more money than they brought in. They're still in €15.5 million hole. Not quite getting to those European state places just like Monza and Fiorentina, but I still see them getting a little bit better, finishing in 8th instead of 9th. I have Roma here dropping from 6th down to 7th. They have brought in a decent amount of players in Ndika, Aor, and Christensen, but they haven't spent any money. All right, they've lost a lot. That minus 15.5 million is not the true number. Again, they are plus 36.2 million. So they have a lot of money that they could use to get up into those Europa League and Champions League places. We'll just have to see how they do it. And finishing in 6th, I have Inter Milan. Okay, they have brought in Aslani and Bisek, but they have sold a significant number of players that were big contributors for them. They did not finish in 6th last season. They finished in 3rd. I really messed up on these slides in this video. But they've sold key pieces in Onana and Pintamoni and in Brozovic. I don't see them getting any better. I see them getting slightly worse, but still getting into Europe. I feel like Lazio kind of overachieved last season. They did sell Milinkovic-Savic and Erserbi this offseason. Haven't really brought in much other than Castellanos from New York City FC. They have 22 million euros to play with, but they finished 2nd last season. I don't see them finishing in the Champions League places again, not with Champions League football on their schedule this year. I see them dropping down to 6th. Pretty respectable. Or 5th, sorry. Pretty respectable, but I don't quite see Champions League for them. Here I have Atalanta making a little bit of a leap, getting out of those Europa League places, getting into the Champions League places. They brought in Traoré and Backer, but they let Boga Pessina go, and Malinovsky. I see them getting a little bit better. Atalanta, I have always kind of been a fan of them. I can see them taking another step from Europa League, getting into those Champions League places, and finishing 4th this season. Last year's champions, Napoli, I had them finishing in 3rd place this season. They have lost Kim, who was a rock at the back last year for them. I really hope, as of time recording, they still have the other 2 of their big 3 on the roster. I hope they can hold on to them. If they cannot hold on to them, I don't know if they're going to finish in Champions League places this year, but I have them finishing in 3rd as of time of recording. I really hope they can hold on, but we'll see what they can do for the rest of August. Here we have last year's 4th place team, AC Milan, making that jump up into 2nd place. Not quite winning the title, 2nd place. They brought in Chakwazi, Pulisic, Reinder. They have also, since I made this slide, they have also signed Yunus Musa. So I can see them just getting better and better. I do not know if they can compete with the other team that is left, but I see them getting as strong as 2nd place. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2023 Serie A champions, Juventus. They finished 7th last year after a penalty, financial penalty. They've signed Locatelli, they signed Keane, Weah, Milik. They've let Kulusevski and Dragosin go, and they've lost almost 40 million euros in this transfer season, but I see them taking the title, getting their hands on the title again this season. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my Serie A season predictions. You head down to those comments. Let me know what I got wrong. I look forward to watching this season, seeing how it unfolds, and seeing if Juventus can bring home the title. But we'll see. All right. So if you made it this far in the video, like, subscribe, share it with your friends, comment, go watch some of my other videos. I have a video already out on the Premier League and La Liga. So feel free to go ahead and watch those. And I will see you guys in the next video.